guess, the extra did you train last summer in anticipation that you would be sweeping a lot more?
Yeah, obviously we train every year, but yeah, just a little bit more focused to make sure different muscles were beefed up a little bit more than others, and making sure that trying to avoid injury rate, that kind of thing, and make sure that you're working all kinds of stuff to make sure you're ready for sweeping.
How have you found doing that much sweeping?
Good.
An event,
Yeah, it's haven't done a long 10-end 10-end event yet. Provincials was pretty long, but I know this is a little bit longer, and I know it'll be a tough week.
How have you transitioned from that dynamic working with Emma in the house all those years now with Tracy? How has that been like changing?
Yeah, I mean, it's just amazing to get another phenomenal experienced skip on the team, and lots of great curling IQ out there, and it just helps to make more shots and get more opinions out there and find the best shot every time.
Rachel, can you just go back to last spring and when you decided you wanted to recruit Tracy? What did you want then? Like, what were you looking for?
I think it's tough to know in the moment when you're making a new team, but we knew that Tracy was the whole package. She had everything, amazing attitude, amazing shooter. She's got big weight accuracy, and she can make those soft weight shots, and it's just an all-around player that you can put anywhere. And we found kind of a great spot for her, kind of leading the crew and keeping us in check, and it's been great.
Congrats on a big win, and it's got to feel nice to open up like that, especially after a few years removed from this event. I know you've wanted to be back here badly.
Yeah, it's always so good to start with a win. It just kind of starts the week off right, and you get a little bit of confidence going in, and the ice was great, and we're figuring things out, so it felt good.
2019 was the last time you got to be here, and you were a wild card once again, but can you talk about the feelings or the emotions and the excitement of being back at this event?
Oh, it's always amazing to be at the Scotties. It's really just the atmosphere is always wonderful. The ice is always great. So walking out for that first game, it definitely brings back some good feelings. So it's amazing to be back.
High expectations, I imagine, as well. You have had a great season. I mean, I know the Alberta final didn't go the way, but you look back at the points bet event. I know you weren't there, but Christy and the girls really held their own. How would you summarize this season so far?
It's been a really good season for a first-year team. I think we've been really consistent, and we're just hoping to continue with that this week.
When you look at Kate and Taylor, I mean, you played against them a lot. What were kind of the keys that you were looking for in teammates to bring them in?
I think their experience, and Taylor's obviously a powerhouse sweeper too, and she's got great technique, and she works really hard in that area. So, and I just think her commitment to front end, and then Kate's just been a long time back end player who's really knowledgeable and makes a lot of shots. So I think those were the key characteristics we were looking for.
What will be the key for the team this week to see you get advanced to the playoffs?
I think figuring out the ice quickly and staying on top of the ice conditions if they're changing, and then just finding that draw weight so that we have that in our back pocket to save us if we need it.
Game 150 and coming out with a win. That's gotta feel amazing.
I know, 150th game, and it's a win. It feels really good. We really wanted to come out playing well. We had our moments out there, but we felt in control of the game, and it just feels great to come out with a win first game.
You think back to the longevity of your career and starting out and advancing more and more each year, it seems like. Debut playoff appearance last year.
I know, last year was a dream year. It was amazing. We had the pre-trials and made playoffs. Scotty, it was just like a dream year, and so we want to build. We know this. I feel like this year our pool's tougher, the whole field is tougher. It's crazy, but we're excited to play and see what we can do. We know we're underdogs still, but if we come out and make the right shots at the right time and stick together as a team, you never know what can happen. And that was a big win for us. We had lost to Andrea last year in our first playoff game, so we really wanted to come out and play well and strong our first game. That was a really big win for us.
Who are some people you think about when you look back at 150 games at the Scotties?
Oh my gosh, I can't even, that's a lot of games. But I'm also old, so, I mean, you know what I've seen, my first few Scotties, I was probably playing Andrea, so, and Jennifer Jones, I don't think I've ever been at a Scotties without Jennifer, except last year when she was at the Olympics, so, and Jill Officer, you become friends with these girls, and it's so fun to be here and see your friends and compete, and I feel like I really built a good team around me. The lineup changed, me moving to lead, Joanne through in that sort. Like, it's just really worked for us, and so I'm hoping we can build. Like, we had our misses out there, but it's first game. Ice is great, it's still tricky, so arena ice takes us a little bit to get used to, so we were just really glad we came out and made all the right shots the right time.
You said you were going to retire after this season. Are you sticking to that?
No, I'm not sticking to it anymore. Talk to my team. Talk to my team. I honestly thought this was my last. At the beginning of the year, in September, I said it was, and now I'm walking it back a bit.
Okay.
I don't have an answer for you yet.
Okay.
I will let you know.
Just having too much fun.
It's hard to quit when I have a good, strong team around me. It really is. We're having fun. We're winning games. It's just really hard to quit when we're actually able to compete, a team from the north, and we're hanging in there.
You talk about the North. Can you tell me about what your hoodie that you're wearing here?
Yeah. We had these designed by Kyra McDonald. She's an Indigenous student, and we asked her to design something that represented the North, and it has the red hand for missing and murdered Indigenous women. Also the polar bear, the sun, because where we live, the sun often doesn't set. And the phrase is in Gwich'in, so I am Gwich'in. And so we wanted to incorporate something in the Gwich'in language, and it's one land, many voices. And we just wanted to represent the North, and especially it being in Kamloops. Kamloops is kind of the city where Canadians took notice of what happened with the residential schools, and we thought we just wanted to do something special coming to Curl here.
Are you going to go visit that school?
We got lost the other day, and we actually drove by it, and it was very emotional. So I don't know. Maybe at the end of the week we'll see. But I was like, oh wow, there it is. So we'll see.
Krista, what kind of game was that to start this thing off with?
Well, it was a great win, that's for sure. It was a very intense game, very back and forth, a lot of rocks in play, but we know that that's the way she likes to play, and it's tough to get away from that when it's the 5-rock rule. But you know what, going into it, we just said one goal is that we need to get our draw weight, and I thought we did really well with that today.
I mean, it's a really tough field, and every win is important.
Yeah.
Yes, every win's important, but how
Yeah.
important is that one over that team? at
Well,
this
yeah,
time?
they're a really good team. Obviously, they're on the circuit all the time. They're winning a lot. So we know we want to try and win every single game, but to start off with a win always makes you feel good.
Yeah, and I guess what sort of platform or springboard was making last year's final for your team?
You know what? We're always trying to build, and we're always trying to look back and say, where did we go wrong? Maybe what are some things we can tweak? And, we know coming in, it's a super long week, and we know that, battling every single game is super important, and we don't really want to think about last year. We want to, focus more on this year and focus on one game at a time and not really look, too much into the weekend, just kind of, play like we know how to.
Would you rather start with a really tough team, or would you rather start the week and ease your way into it?
I guess there's positive both ways, but I think Jones gets better and better as the week goes on. So playing them early, I think was good. I don't mind it. It's same with us though. I think we get stronger as the week goes on. But going out there today, you're always trying to learn the ice the first game, and there's some tweaks we could make there. And I wasn't 100% with the ice, but again, I think we did really well at drawing. So I think that's important.